It's a battle of the valleys here at Buckeye Valley High School. River Valley invading here in Baron territory. Should be a good contest. Buckeye Valley winning 3 of their last 4 and evening their home record, while River Valley is red hot this season, undefeated in the conference. Stay with us for the pregame show coming up next.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor.
We usually work on Sundays.
I'll cancel my plans.
Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. How do we get to the cooler? It's too crowded.
When in Philly.
Works every time.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
Folks, it's time for the NAMI Ohio pregame show, and joining you here at Buckeye Valley High School, almost ready for the national anthem, and we will jump into our home and away team spotlights. So we'll take a brief pause to honor the nation. Settling up the national anthem, I'm Bryce Coder, joined in the booth by Mark Bollinger on color commentary. And Mark, River Valley, it's a school you're very familiar with, but getting to know Buckeye Valley as well. Should be a good matchup tonight.
It should be a great matchup. You know, these are teams that used to compete for years in the MOAC, and then of course Buckeye Valley made the decision to leave. but these are two teams that matched up last year in the district finals. Both teams had some losses as far as graduation. Buckeye Valley really crushed by the graduation losses. Of course, they're going through a coaching change, new coach this year. So we saw them get, like you said earlier, they were a little slow getting out of the gate, but they're starting to get things going a little bit, having won 3 of their last 4.
And River Valley taking a look at their team spotlight this season and doing exceptionally well, 5-0 in the conference, 6-4 on the season. Taking on Galleon on the 23rd, victory there, as well as Clear Fork, but going down to St. Francis de Sales, a big school there. 61.5 points per game, 30 rebounds, and 12.8 assists per game, but also the 7.3 steals per game in the blocks. I mean, they're stellar on defense as well.
They've got off to a start against some really good competition, and the reality is River Valley's come through the toughest part of their schedule. If they play well, there's a really good chance this team's going to run the table and not lose again the rest of this regular season.
Taking a look at our player spotlight, and it is Carter Myers, of course, the points leader on the team, 21.1 points per game, 6.9 rebounds per game, and a block and a half per game. So able to do it all. I mean, is it points leading to rebounds or other way around? What are you thinking?
Well, he can do a little bit of everything. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot it from the perimeter, got a nice mid-range game, and then when he gets around the rim, he is Mr. Excitement. Look for him to get a couple big dunks tonight because he can elevate and finish.
Taking a look at our keys to victory for the River Valley Vikings tonight, and they're going to need to work through the middle as much as possible, creating as many opportunities, not trapping themselves along the sidelines, and also stringing together as many stops as they can. At times, this Buckeye Valley squad can be susceptible to falling into the lull of, oh, we haven't gotten a point, but they spark together alive all of a sudden, and if they can really tamper that down, they can have a lot of success here tonight.
Well, and that's one thing River Valley is really good at, is they get a few stops and they get some momentum. All of a sudden, they start raining in threes, and you're looking at a 10 to 12 point run.
Taking a look at the team spotlight for Buckeye Valley, and hasn't been an ideal start for the season, but in the last 4 games, they've won 3 of them, and even their conference or their home record at 3-3 on the season. So they have a lot to look forward to just in this last little stretch of games.
Well, and again, you know, they're going through a coaching change. Andy Gass, of course, left. He's now assisting at Liberty, and you have Tyler Schuster coming in. New coach, new program, new philosophies. It's going to take a little bit of an adjustment. They lost their first 6, but they're going to try to get win number 4 tonight.
We are underway here in the first quarter. And an early 3-ball by River Valley sets him up.
Yeah, Chase Smith, he can fill it up, and if he gets going early, watch out, because he is streaky, and he can put together a bunch of makes in a row.
Now along to the wing. Blocked from behind, but able to stick with it. Gets his own rebound, but can't come down with the reverse layup.
Well, Buckeye Valley is going to have to be really efficient on the offensive end tonight. You're going to need to get some threes to drop. If not, this thing could get out of hand in a hurry.
A try, but there's too much on the shot. Offensive rebound for River Valley. Underneath, and they're ahead now by 4 points.
And anytime you get points like that, easy points from Carter Logan, it's a bonus. Carter sat out last year, didn't play, but he's back on the floor this year. Doesn't score a lot. So the Vikings will definitely take that easy too.
Now Buckeye Valley looking to get something started, have 0 on the scoreboard, but if they could string together something. But instead, it'll be a turnover for Buckeye Valley. River Valley will take over.
And that's where, yeah, Buckeye Valley has had their struggles, as you talked about. Just can't consistently get good shots. And when you don't get consistent good looks, a lot of times that leads to low-scoring ball games.
At the wing from 15 feet. Look once again down low. Carter Myers with a nice move, and now they're ahead by 6.
Well, you get Myers the ball down on the block. He is virtually unstoppable. His first touch a little bit farther off the block. Got pushed out there, but once he got to the block, he is going to be money. Early 6-0 lead for River Valley.
And a nice right hand gets River Valley, or Buckeye Valley, on the board for the first time tonight. Down to the corner, tries a 3-ball. Eli Snyder, automatic.
Well, you know, coming in, you look at River Valley scoring-wise, and it's the big three. Myers, Smith, and Snyder. They average 21, 17, and 12. As those three go on the offensive end, so goes River Valley. Eli drains the corner 3.
5:30 remaining, and a deep 3-ball attempt. No luck this time, but River Valley will try their hand at a 3-ball from the wing. Already starting to build momentum, up by 10 with 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, and for Buckeye Valley, you cannot get River Valley into a running game. Quick possessions, quick shots. River Valley's going to get those defensive rebounds, and when they get out in transition, as we said, they can put up points in a hurry. 12 here in the first 3 minutes.
Now after the onslaught, they'll throw it away. Thought he had an option in the corner. He did not. Another look on our Ostrander RØST instant replay. He got the vision, wanted him to cut down, but no luck.
BV really needs to settle down here, get some stops on the defensive end.
Snyder picks up his dribble, works it down low to Myers. Nathan Huss guarding. Instead, it's an underhanded pass and a dunk underneath the basket.
Well, that's what we talked about. He gets the ball in there close. He's going to elevate and throw it down. Ellis McFarland doing a good job cleaning up the offensive rebound and then getting it to Myers for the quick dunk.
And so it'll be Buckeye Valley on the timeout. I think that's the right call there, where, you know, starting to feel the momentum in the building for River Valley, and you just want to put a stop to it and make some adjustments. I'm sure at this point you're starting to see some of the holes in the defense that are leading to this, and probably have a good idea what you want to do.
Yeah, and for Buckeye Valley, this is the worst case scenario. You know River Valley is a team that can come out and put up a lot of points. That's exactly what they've done. They've been really good on the offensive end. BV, see if they run a little bit of clock here, come out and run a particular set, try to get a good look. And again, once they get something on the offensive end, they've got to string together some stops.
So after the timeout, take it up the floor. Mays down to Carey. Poked away. Now River Valley looking up the floor. Caden Iden, a smooth left hand.
Now 3 Buckeye Valley turnovers have resulted in points for River Valley.
So it will stay with Buckeye Valley. A nice break for them.
And if anybody was wondering if River Valley would be looking ahead to that matchup Friday night at unbeaten Ontario, I think the Vikings have answered that question early.
3:41 remaining here in the first quarter. It'll be Gorley that takes a 3-ball. But it's too hard off the back iron, so River Valley will get yet another chance on offense. Wade Carey dishes it out to the corner. Snyder, too short, and it rolls long.
Well, another good look, though, for Eli. And the turnover again results in a layup for Snyder.
3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Just trying to stay with his dribble, and he does. Good peace of mind to not try to get up with it. Now underneath the basket, rejected is Inskeep. So now Myers, a spin move, picking up triple coverage and a putback on the other side from Chase Smith.
This is exactly the tempo River Valley loves. They want to get after it, get out and run. And they've put up 20 already. It just looks like Buckeye Valley's a little bit lost on the offensive end. They're not real sure like what their identity is.
And they'll say there's a foul on the floor. The basket did go in, so they wanted it.
You know, so many times, especially with young players, high school players, you talk about moving the basketball and getting the shot you want. A lot of that is understanding what shots do we want, what kind of team are we. We run a flex cut off the inbounds. Again, River Valley's going to switch every screen. Buckeye Valley just has no space.
Down low is Gorley again. Takes it across on the baseline, but they'll say he steps on it out of bounds. 2:08 remaining here in the first. So assigning the foul to Carter Logan, 6'5". There are 4 guys on this squad that are taller than 6'4" for River Valley.
Yeah, they've got some big guys, and then you add in Myers into that group who can also jump out of the gym, and it makes for some long nights when the Vikings decide to get on the glass.
Gorley almost couldn't come up with the dribble. They'll say that it was Smith who poked it out of bounds, so Buckeye Valley will hold on to it.
Well, and also what's happening is River Valley understands and has seen here in this first quarter that Buckeye Valley is really struggling offensively, and because it's just like blood in the water, they just keep cranking up the pressure more and more on the basketball, just not worried at all about getting beat off the dribble.
It'll be Hafner at the top of the key. A late decision to make the pass ended up costing him. It's a turnover. Up the floor they go. McFarland to the other corner. Snyder looking towards the baseline. Now towards the top of the key, and Chase Smith with the triple.
Great job of sharing the basketball. The ball moved from one side of the court, from McFarland to Snyder to Smith, wide open 3. Buries it, 23-2 River Valley.
Now just a minute remaining here in the first quarter. And with the right hand, Jackson Inskeep gets it to go. But just like that, back on the other end, knocks it down from the corner. They'll give him just 2. But a 21-point lead with 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Now Carey running the weave. Hafner just heaves it up, but he'll go to the line for 2 all the same.
Yeah, good take. He saw a little bit of space, was able to get past the defender's shoulder. And once you clear that shoulder, it's just all about getting downhill to the basket and drawing the foul. It's exactly what he did. Foul goes on Lang.
Pretty clean game so far, only 2 fouls. Inbounder almost tripping, trying the 3-ball shot, but he stripped from behind, and they'll say possession goes to River Valley. An unfortunate break for Buckeye Valley.
Yeah, touched a Buckeye Valley player who was still out of bounds. River Valley takes possession. Chance to finish almost a perfect quarter for River Valley. Nice play.
Up the floor, it'll go out of bounds with 2.6 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just wasn't aware of the time. Had 3 seconds on the steal. Thought the clock was a little later. Instead, Vikings turn it over again.
And just like that, the first quarter is over. So River Valley leading this one 25-4 over Buckeye Valley. Stay with us for second quarter action coming up next.
This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor.
We usually work on Sundays.
I'll cancel my plans.
Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. How do we get to the cooler? It's too crowded.
When in Philly.
Works every time.
here for second quarter action at Buckeye Valley High School, and River Valley starting to run away with it a little bit. 21-point lead, but Buckeye Valley will look to respond, and quickly, just like that, they pick up a foul. It'll be Ellis McFarland of River Valley that picks up the foul against Nathan Huss.
Yeah, Ellis just was beat off the dribble, a little push in the back. Nice ball fake there. Good play off the inbounds. Good take. Good first possession for Buckeye Valley.
Good physical take to the basket. Wade Carey gets him on the board. They're the first ones in the second quarter, but on the other end, McFarland making up for the foul, puts it up for 2.
Yeah, if you celebrate or jog back in transition, River Valley's going to make you pay.
Picking up the dribble. Hafner trying to find someone. A 3-ball attempt from Matheny. They're just inside the arc, they'll say. A 2-point shot. But still much needed points for Buckeye Valley, and back-to-back possessions, they're able to come away with it.
Finding a little bit of success with that high screen action. Able to get downhill. That last one, able to pull up and get a jumper.
Snyder off the nose of the rim.
Can Buckeye Valley go on that high ball screen? They get some space.
And there's a 3-ball. And trading tempo, trading momentum, it feels like.
Well, and that's what Buckeye Valley is going to have to do. They've got to make threes tonight if they're going to have any chance of coming back. At times throughout the season, they've shot it fairly well. Other games, they've really struggled.
Along the baseline, and rejected by Matheny. The point guard getting up. Skipping it to the wing.
Again, just a lot of standing, though, for Buckeye Valley. A lot of two-man action, but 3 guys just watching. They get more movement away from the ball, occupy those help defenders.
Takes him up with the pump fake and gets the free throw to go.
Good job there by Carey. He knows that Myers is going to go up and try for the rejection.
It's like punishing that aggression, right? You know
Absolutely.
exactly what he wants.
Now you see Logan check back in for Lang for River Valley. A chance to get the 3-point play and cut this big lead down to 13, and he does it.
Takes a high bounce off the back of the rim, but it's good enough for a point. Taking it quickly to the basket. Snyder with the left hand.
Well, Eli surprises a lot of people. He loves to go left and can finish really well on that side of the floor. And he's another one that has some serious hops. He gets to the basket. He can also flush it.
Well, I love the adaptability. The 3-pointers were there for him earlier on in the game. He misses one kind of badly, and he says, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do something different because that's what the situation calls for. But Buckeye Valley have now worked it back to just a 13-point lead.
But it's got it, and there's a travel. They get another turnover. There's a few at the end of the first quarter that they were able to force. Now they've picked it up a little bit again, but again, you get yourself into such a hole, you've got to get stops on the defensive end every trip, and they've done that and clawed their way back to 13.
And that timeout feels like a moral success for Buckeye Valley that they were able to force that. I mean, onslaught of offense, as you can see the points scored this quarter, tripling what River Valley's had. River Valley, while they've had some good takes, they've had success in the first quarter with the 3-ball, not as much here in the second quarter just yet.
Right, and again, that first quarter was just perfect for River Valley. The tempo they wanted, their defense was forcing turnovers. They were getting out and getting open looks. The second quarter, Buckeye Valley picked up the intensity a little bit on the defensive end. Contested shots, huge difference in contested shots versus open shots. But again, can Buckeye Valley continue to do that? You know, you've seen them a couple times this year. They've played well in little spurts, but can they be consistent?
I was there for the Bishop Hartley game, and that was a game that they were down by as many as 22, I believe, at halftime. scored only 6 points in the first quarter, and they battled their way back well. Lost only by a few points, but on the ground, they'll say that Buckeye Valley will hang on to it. There's a River Valley man down low trying to gather possession, but foot on the line.
Flare screen, got them to open three, but couldn't convert. Now off the baseline out of bounds. Tried to get another easy shot off the screen. Nothing there. Again, can they be patient and get the looks that they want? At some point, if you're Buckeye Valley, you've got to try to also punish this River Valley defense who switches every screen. At some point, you've got to slip those screens and make that screener dangerous. Right now, they're just screening, opening up. They're not a threat at all. Makes it really easy for River Valley.
So they're a quick shot. I mean, he had the space, I think just a little bit too quick, a little bit too much power, but Buckeye Valley still able to get them in rhythm even if they're not falling right now.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting open looks instead of contested looks this quarter. And they really picked it up on the defensive end.
Great jab step and a handoff down low to Myers.
Well, and just when you feel like you're starting to play a good possession on the defensive end, Snyder breaks you down, gives it up to Myers for the easy two.
Carey on the faded screen. Once again, they'll give it to him. He was all alone and falling away from the basket. He gets it.
Nice job. Thought he was going to maybe even get the call for the and one possibility, but instead goes the other way.
Once again to Myers. Myers, not a second thought about it. The three ball.
Well, they play with such freedom because they know that that's the style they want to play. And if you get the open look, you have to take it. Myers, no thought about that. Just catch and shoot.
Buckeye Valley up at the volleyball lines. Carey working hard, gets his own rebound, and the reverse layup off the glass.
He's done a really good job of just battling through stuff. He's provided a spark here, 9 for him here in the first half.
Just the physicality that he's brought. I think that's something that River Valley wasn't really expecting up in their mouth down low.
And then he gets it done on the defensive end, steps over from the help side and contests and gets the block on Snyder.
Elevating as we get another look on the Ostrander RØST instant replay. Smith rolls all around, but instead it's out and into the hands of Buckeye Valley. They look up the floor. They trail by 14. 2:30 remaining here in the second quarter.
Very rarely in the second quarter do you say they trail by 14 and you're kind of happy with the way the game is going. But after that start, being down only 14 is great for Buckeye Valley at this point in the game.
Slowing it down a bit as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter.
When you see it again, the screener is not a threat for Buckeye Valley. It makes it really easy just to switch that screen and defend it. It's why River Valley's able to put so much pressure on the basketball. And there they go. They finally got the back cut off of it.
Utilizing the hesitation, Huss underneath the basket.
The screener has to be a danger to score. You've got to run those back cuts if you're running that open offense.
Trying the three is Snyder now. Has missed his last two. Able to come back down with it, taking it up as Gorley. Gorley is hacked and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, again, just more energy from Buckeye Valley. They were able to get out in transition, missed the first one, but again, they stayed with it. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity here at the free throw line.
Minute 29 remaining here in the second quarter, and now an opportunity to set this lead to just 10. And too short on the first free throw. He'll have another try.
First quarter, Buckeye Valley had 7 turnovers, just 1 here through the first 6.5 minutes of quarter number 2.
And unsuccessful on the second, wasted opportunity, but an offensive rebound will give him an and one opportunity. He'll go to the line for one more.
Great hustle play by the Barons. They were able to come up with that rebound, attack the basket. Hoffner has a chance to get this to single digits.
So Hoffner on an important free throw. And the home crowd lights up, the lead cut to just 9.
And sometimes, for River Valley, you think maybe it was too easy early, and you get a little lackadaisical. Think, oh, this is going to be easy all night, and all of a sudden, a little momentum swing, and here come the Barons.
And they will blow the whistle. Looks like a foul on the floor.
Yeah, they had Hoffner guarding Myers in the post. Big size difference there. River Valley was looking to exploit that. Hoffner went ahead and gave the foul. No big deal, 1:07 to go. First team foul of the quarter, only his first. So good foul there by Hoffner.
4 team fouls for River Valley on the other side.
Vikings try to get the high ball screen with Logan and Myers.
Home crowd not happy about that one, but it'll stay with the Vikings.
Buckeye Valley needs to beware here. Watch Myers on the lob or corner. There you go, corner 3 ball.
McFarland off the high bounce. Carey takes the rebound, and Buckeye Valley looks ahead. Now to Stevenson.
Again, if you're Buckeye Valley, you have to be patient. A quick shot plays right into River Valley's hands.
Down to the corner, now to the top of the key. It'll be Matheny. Too flat on the shot. Rebound goes to Logan of the Vikings. Now Snyder, 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and Gorley flies in, gets a hand on it. Not only great reaction from Gorley, great reaction from the cheerleaders to get out of the way as well. He was coming in with a full head of steam.
No injuries here on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, yeah. Now the step back effort.
On a quick shot, only 13 seconds to go in the quarter. River Valley could have held and got the last shot. Instead, the quick shot gives Buckeye Valley a chance to cut the lead some more.
2 on the clock, rejected. Carey heaves it overhand, but it's no good. So that will bring an end to the first half. River Valley leading this one 34-25, but Buckeye Valley heading into the locker room feeling good after working back from a 21-point deficit at the end of the first quarter. Stay with us for second half action coming up next.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor.
We usually work on Sundays.
I'll cancel my plans.
Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. How do we get to the cooler? It's too crowded.
When in Philly.
Works every time.
I'm Steve Kroll, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
What? Were you expecting someone else? Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report. All I want for Christmas is you to watch The Joe Show every Wednesday night. I'm back.
what was a 21-point lead for River Valley has now dwindled to just 9 as Buckeye Valley had an incredible second quarter there and just everything going their way.
It was a tale of two quarters. River Valley jumps out to a 25-4 lead after the first quarter, and then Buckeye Valley turns around in the second quarter and outscores River Valley 21-9 to get themselves back into it. And then the locker room, Buckeye Valley had to be elated that they were able to cut this lead to single digits.
Taking a look at the halftime stats for River Valley, 11 for 16 on 2-pointers, 4 for 10 on threes, 9 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 6 fouls, and hasn't taken a free throw so far tonight. Buckeye Valley on the other end, 10 for 18 on 2s, 1 for 6 on 3s, 12 rebounds, 8 turnovers, 2 fouls, and 2 for 4 from the free throw line. We were talking a little bit about it at halftime, but for River Valley, you don't really need to rebound if you're making shots, right?
You're making shots. They've been really efficient from the floor, shooting it very well. You know, either getting open threes or able to get to the basket, especially in that first quarter when they put up 25 points. But this is a River Valley team that, in reality, looks to be a district champion again. You know, the rankings are finally coming out with the RPI and Max Preps, and, you know, River Valley sitting in 4th right now. You know, Buckeye Valley in 14th out of the 18 teams in Division 4. But if you talk to coaches, you talk to people who've seen the teams, you're looking at Jonathan Alder and River Valley as the top 2 teams probably in the district when it gets down to it. And with it being 2 districts, they're going to be able to go away from each other again this year.
So we kick off the third quarter here at Buckeye Valley High School, and after the locker room adjustments, it's River Valley that's off to a quick start. Yeah. Carter Myers picking up where he left off.
Yeah, great set right out of the gate. Able to get Myers an easy look at the basket.
Now it's Carey down low, working on Logan, but rejected underneath. Lucky to keep it with them.
Well, Carey was able to get that ball off a cross screen, block to block cross screen. He had Logan beat and then kind of hesitated. Carter was able to catch up and get the block. They throw it to him again. He's going to go left shoulder. Logan's waiting on it.
Fading away, and may have even gotten a hand on it to reject it. And now it's Carey or Myers. Now Snyder working on the left hand, moving parallel to the free throw line. Unsuccessful on the layup. It was a tough one to get to go. To the corner, thinking about the shot, but instead Mays will dribble it in just 15 feet from the basket. And a nice scooping underhanded move, but can't get it to go down.
Yeah, I think he was open on the first one, should have just caught and shot.
Trying the 3 ball, and Smith unsuccessful. A high rebound will lead to a foul. Just a little too aggressive, trying to pester the ball handler.
You know, River Valley doesn't play a lot of guys. Most games this year, they go 6 deep, with Lang being the only one coming off the bench. It's going to be interesting to see as the season goes on how well the Vikings play, especially late in 4th quarter games if they're a little bit tired.
And a team like this that's so run and gun, I'd hate to see what their practices look like in conditioning.
Great look on the set, had the back screen. Just turned it over. Looked like it was going to be easy too, but a nice set there by the Barons.
Kind of a screen the screener move that ended up setting up Carey.
Yeah, the idea, everything was right, just the execution a little bit off. But at least it was a dead ball turnover. You know, went out of bounds. It didn't give River Valley a run out for a wide open layup.
A turnover from River Valley. Buckeye Valley working off of a screen, trying the 3 ball. Hafner, no good, but he'll try it again from the wing. This time a little different.
He gets it to go. And, you know, Buckeye Valley hasn't done that a lot tonight. You know, Jonathan Alder and some other teams had some success against River Valley. With River Valley switching, some of those teams were putting Carter Logan in a ball screen and making him guard a point guard. You know, it's a little bit tougher for 6'6", you know, stud offensive lineman. But, you know, Buckeye Valley hasn't done a lot of that. Now they do it. This time River Valley doesn't switch it. Snyder goes under it.
And a little bit of a heat check for Buckeye Valley. Stevenson falling away from the basket. Nice little shot creating separation for himself, but on the other end it'll be Snyder who's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for their first free throws tonight.
Yep, this will be River Valley's first attempts on the evening.
Snyder shooting foul for the Vikings.
Again, Eli gets a little bit of a gap in space going left. He loves to get to the basket on that side. He gets a straight line drive. There's not much you can do unless you foul him.
5:18 remaining here in the third quarter. Snyder has 13 points, looking for his 14th. Right now, currently tied with Myers for the game leader as he surpasses him.
Well, and again, you look up on that scoreboard, it's River Valley's big three with Snyder, Myers, and Smith, 14, 13, and 9. The rest of the Vikings only have 4 of the 40. Those 3 have accounted for 36 of the 40.
All 3 points coming behind, over and back, a turnover. So working it as low as only an 8-point lead, but River Valley now leading by 12. Snyder thinks about the 3 ball, gets the defender out of position along the baseline, tries the 15-footer, falling away. Now crossing midcourt with 4:45 remaining here in the third.
Vikings trapping the ball screen, so they get the rotation out of it.
And Carey with the nice move to the basket, had the space, but couldn't come up with the coordination for it. 3 ball from up top, Snyder.
And that's just a mistake on Buckeye Valley's part. You run at Lang, who's not a known shooter, and leave Snyder wide open. Just not the right decision. If you want anybody to shoot it, but you know, if you're looking at Snyder or Lang, you want Lang to shoot it. Instead, they ran at Lang, pressured him. He was able to make the nice extra, gave Snyder a wide open look. Fortunate there for Buckeye Valley that he missed it.
So going up to the free throw line is Hafner. And a flat shot, clanks off the front of the rim. He'll have a second try at it.
Free throws so crucial here when you're trying to battle your way back into a game down 12. Again, he had a chance to get it to 10, missed the front end. See if he can just get into his routine, get a little confidence here, and bury the second one.
There's one thing I love about this gym here at Buckeye Valley High School is that unique student section. I mean, they are right in their opponent's faces.
It's an interesting place to play, we'll put it that way. You know, when I coached here, unfortunately, I look across there and have a few little nightmares. I see Scott Thomas sitting over there, you know, played here before he went to Bowling Green and then overseas for a long pro career. But yeah, then there was no back gym or over there, and so that was just a wall, and it was even tighter in here. It was so loud.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, the pep band was down on this end where River Valley's at, and it got to be a pretty loud environment in here when you had some good teams going at it. But yes, that student section, Buckeye Valley has always been one of those places where they're going to let you hear it.
It's kind of like an old church, how like the walls themselves, the acoustics have been built in over time.
Yes. River Valley shows the pressure now. Go to the extended 1-2-2 press, trying to create some turnovers and tempo. Buckeye Valley sends somebody deep there, be wide open. There's the extra, there they go. Good press breaker there, you just got to space the floor and attack it.
Jackson Inskeep.
They're gonna give the timeout late there to Coach Schuster.
So on that press, I mean, showing a little bit of pressure up front, but I mean, you really got to be snappy with the press like that, especially if you're going for the trap, because unfortunately, if you don't get there in time, you're just creating space for the offensive players to move into.
Well, and that's a situation too, where for Buckeye Valley, they were able to get it reversed with Myers on the top. That's pretty difficult. 6'6" athletic guy. You know, if you turn it over, he's going to throw it down on your head. So there's that embarrassment factor as well. But yeah, once they got the ball reversed and then, you know, you look diagonal, they did a good job of getting that second pass and then attacking it and made River Valley pay. We'll see if River Valley stays in it or if it was just one of those where they're trying to change a little bit of tempo here and get the game sped up a little bit.
So here in the third quarter, got about halfway remaining. Game's leading scorer is Carter Myers, who was woken up in the last minute or so. 3:42 remaining to be exact here in the third quarter.
Out of the timeout, look for River Valley to run something special here. Ball will probably end up either getting Myers or Smith a shot.
Working off the screen underneath, taking it up is Smith, and they'll give the basket to him and one more to the free throw line.
Yeah, they went high post entry and then ran it right into a ball screen. Smith and Myers two-man game. Chase was able to get down that lane line, get there, draw the contact, get it to go. Step to the line. Chance to give him his 12th point of the night.
Third Viking in double digits tonight as he has 12. Like you said, the even distribution amongst the big three.
And just there's where you saw the intimidation and the timidness from Buckeye Valley. You get one or two reversals, then you have to attack the gap. There's a seam there off the ball reversal. Instead of attacking diagonal into that gap, they were, you know, a little timid with it. And when you get it reversed, then you jump in the air and it's, you know, you leave your feet, you're in trouble. 11th turnover of the night for Buckeye Valley.
I think especially on that fast break, the temptation to try to get above the defense visually in order to make that pass, but gives you no opportunity if you don't get that pass off.
River Valley, or excuse me, Buckeye Valley just so compact right now. River Valley's, you know, just pushing that press forward. They're in a 1-2-2 press. The back two guys are between the volleyball line and the half-court line. Instead of stretching the couple guys to the baseline to create space, they just keep bringing their guys farther up the court. If you're Buckeye Valley, you've got to send a guy deep to at least make that threat possible and make River Valley adjust.
We've seen that success a couple of times where they've been able to get behind the defense, but I mean, that means you have to get through the midcourt first,
right.
too.
Yeah, it's just like football. A team that never throws it deep, those corners and safeties are just going to keep creeping up farther and farther. That's exactly what Buckeye Valley is doing here. They're letting River Valley just push that, you know, that ball farther up the court.
So we have 2:43 remaining here in the third quarter. That's the fourth team foul for River Valley. One more put Buckeye Valley into the bonus. They'll be shooting 2 for the remainder of the corner. Buckeye Valley with 3 team fouls. Smooth touch on the free throw, cuts the lead to 16.
Well, Barons see if they can put together a little run here to end the third quarter. Try to get it back to 10 before you get to the fourth. River Valley goes back to that two-man game with Smith and Myers. Get the turnover.
Mays looking up the floor. They'll slow it down to set up the offense. Stevenson moving to his left and looking towards the corner, but instead finds the rim.
Just a little out of control. You get to that spot. He was like one dribble too far on where you need to make your decision.
Late decision costing him on the turnover as now River Valley will slow it down considerably as there's 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Now different look with Myers getting the ball, 1-4 high set.
And a poor decision from Myers to make the pass, but they're bailed out. The ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Stevenson.
Well, and if they go back to it, it's probably gonna be Myers with a wing entry and then a UCLA cut and get him the ball on the block. And instead, turn it over. 6th turnover of the night for the Vikings.
Get another look at it as you hear the student section giving it to Myers. But instead, we'll have a quick timeout.
And Coach Brown not happy with the execution. As we said, Friday night, big game for River Valley. Travel to Ontario to take on the unbeaten Warriors.
Back-to-back miscommunications. The first time they were bailed out by the defender not able to pull it down, but the second time just throwing it away errant.
For Buckeye Valley, that's what you need. You need a little bit of help here. An unforced turnover gives you possession back, and you take advantage of it and continue to cut into this lead.
I'm sure that's the message in the timeout huddle as well, as like, this is the possession we need to score. I mean, you can kind of feel the energy falling a little bit.
Yes, you had all kinds of momentum in that second quarter. Somehow try to get that back.
They flip it to the corner. Huss now to the wing. Working off the screen from Carey. Stevenson, a no-look pass to Carey, who wasn't expecting it. Leads to the turnover. River Valley with an opportunity to cross the 50-point threshold on the night with 1:27 remaining. 3-ball attempt from Smith. No dice.
Anytime the ball goes to the post for Buckeye Valley, they're running backside flare action, trying to get that diagonal three.
Get another look at this one as Hayes jets to the basket, but coming in from behind on the reach is Colton Lang, the senior forward. Hit just about every part of the basket, but didn't go in. He'll have a second chance on the back end.
3 straight misses at the line for the Barons. 3 of 8 on the night tonight as a team.
And again, unsuccessful, so with 1:10 remaining here in the third quarter. River Valley has a chance to lengthen this lead even further. Working off the screen, Snyder finding Smith. To the wing, they'll hold it as we're inside of a minute. No look pass, but to no one.
Good hustle play by Lang, gets River Valley the extra possession.
Great job of sticking with it now. 37 seconds remaining. The shot from Snyder just nicks the basket.
And again, another hustle play. Lang getting after it there, able to deflect the ball. It's a second possession, or second time River Valley's been able to maintain possession because of a hustle play by Lang.
So we have 31.5 remaining here in the third.
And on the dead ball, immediately Myers comes back in on the offensive end. They're looking lob, it's not there.
Inside to Lang. Lang looks for a receiver. The pull-up attempt from Smith goes in. So an 18-point lead now.
Chase is so good at that. 1 or 2 dribbles, just drives his toes in the ground and buries the jumper.
It's like one of those forgotten arts of basketball. But they'll say foul is going to be on the floor. Carey made the basket. We'll take another look at this. From behind, I get where they're coming from. Lang, you know, a little pushy, but
most times you see that as an and one.
Yeah. So instead, he'll go to the free throw line for 2 as they're in the bonus.
Three of 10 on the night for the Barons. 5 straight misses.
You'd think if they had 7 more points, this would be totally different feeling basketball
absolutely.
game. And there, he's able to break the drought on free throws. 3 seconds remaining, working it up floor. Snyder heaves it and almost drops it, but instead it will be the end of the third quarter as River Valley leads 51-34 over Buckeye Valley here at Buckeye Valley High School. Stay with us for fourth quarter action coming up next.
business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Here in the fourth quarter as River Valley leads 51-34 over Buckeye Valley. And a sloppy opening to the fourth quarter. Thinking about the three ball, stepping into it, and Carter Logan using the body to shield the ball and puts it in.
After your BV, these first few minutes are crucial. You have to put together a run here if you're going to get yourself in a position to come back and win this ball game. Down 19, you have to be pretty much perfect the rest of the way.
To the top of the key. Knocking it down is Sam Reynolds.
And that'll help get him going.
We just learned Reynolds, the reigning D2 state golf champion. Using that precision to his advantage.
And again, just you see the made three, it picks up the energy level on the defensive end. Reynolds all over Snyder.
A lot of back and forth. I think they may rule that a foul. Indeed they do. It's going against River Valley, so Buckeye Valley will take over, but they are already facing the press. 6:44 remaining here in the fourth.
And again, big possession here for Buckeye Valley. They're going with the high ball screen. They get the switch, so ball screen into a back screen. See if they try to go to the post. They have Snyder in the matchup in there. Instead, get a foul.
So a foul on the other end, but it will still go against River Valley, their second of the quarter with 6:28 remaining, only a minute and a half gone. Now up to the top, two Barons in the same area, but they clear out, spacing is established. Carey fading on the screen, seeing some room is Stevenson, but he dishes it out to the corner. Looking low, but it's into the foot of a River Valley player. Now River Valley offense will look up the floor.
One thing I'd like to see with Stevenson is every time he drives it, he's driving to pass it. He's been able to get to the rim several times tonight on great effort. Just go ahead and go finish instead of trying to make the spectacular pass, because he's done a good job of getting to that area. Just go finish.
So slowing it down considerably.
Yeah, River Valley understands at this point it's going to be really hard for Buckeye Valley to come back the way BV struggles to score. River Valley just takes the air out of it a little bit, works some clock, gets something easy.
The three ball from the corner is an air ball, and already hearing about it from the Buckeye Valley student section.
River Valley 5 of 16 from three-point land tonight. UCLA cut, ball reversal back screen. See if they get the switch. Just bad execution on that down screen. Not able to create space. That's so hard for high school players too. It's like, just understanding if you just don't use the screen properly, you can have a great action and it doesn't matter. It's that execution part of it all. Good job executing there, though, getting the ball to carry on the block. He's been a handful on the block tonight.
I think that's one of those things that good coaches do so well is, you know, explaining the concept behind the play. You know, it's not just you run to this point and stand here and block this guy. There's a purpose behind all of this.
Absolutely, and it's the attention to detail like that. You know, they ran the ball screen, or, you know, the back screen, and then that final down screen off of it just didn't set the guy up. So it allows the defender to chase it, and then you don't come off that hip. So 2 tiny little mistakes results in a contested possession instead of, oh, I'm going to get a wide open look from 3, or if they switch it, now I've got my guy for a layup. It's just little things that make a huge difference. And as you said, that's a big difference between a lot of teams that are good and are great, or that are not very good and that become good. Still, BV back to 14. They've scrapped all night and battled. No quit in this Barons group.
I think that's been the theme all season long for Buckeye Valley, is even when they have been trailing, they've never really shown any signs of quit in any game.
And that also goes back to the coaching. A lot of respect for, you know, Coach Schuster and his staff, because you can tell these guys play hard for each other, play hard for their coaches. You know, down 25-4 after that first quarter, it'd have been really easy just to pack it up and call it a night. Instead, they've battled back, made River Valley at least work for it.
Especially from a program perspective. I mean, you know, building this program up and bringing these guys together. You have some seniors on the squad who are serving as those leaders.
Colton Lang gets the layup for River Valley. But absolutely, you're right. It's establishing the culture of building the identity for your program. It may not show up in wins and losses right now, but it may in a year or two.
I think for that senior leadership, that really is the key in having them understand the bigger picture. Even though the season isn't necessarily going the way that you want it to, there's still a lot of good things that are going on that are being built that you're a part of.
Right, and then, you know, plays like that where they show flashes where they do execute and they get the drive and pitch for the wide open 3. So again, it's just that consistency. Again, it's so hard at times to get teams to play consistently well, and Buckeye Valley's had flashes tonight where they looked really good on the offensive end, and then other times, you know, you can tell by the look on the coaching staff. They're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, we don't practice it this way.
It's a timeout called by River Valley. So we'll talk things over just inside of 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, so likely the plans to close it out.
River Valley up 55-42. Talked a little bit about the big 3 of Myers, Smith, and Snyder. 19-14-14. Pretty impressive.
Like you said, only really playing about 6-7 guys during a game.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna look around and see if there's any little ones around that's gonna start doing the 6-7 thing. Can't take it. But yeah, I mean, most games this year, they play 6 guys. They have the starters, and then Lang comes off the bench. And it's usually for Logan, you know, you rarely see Myers, Smith, Snyder ever sit. But, you know, one of the things I also respect, too, is, you know, we talked about the big 3, but then, you know, Lang understands his role. McFarland understands his role. Logan understands his role. That's what's going to take, because a lot of guys would get upset if you see those 3 guys taking 85-90% of the shots. They understand that's what you have to do to win. I guess they said it was out of bounds turnover.
All right, so we're going the other way. Buckeye Valley working the deficit now down to just 13, and that's something you suddenly look up and they're a lot closer than you thought. Trying the 3. But air ball and going out of bounds. The River Valley student section finally having a chance to give it to Buckeye Valley. And we'll have a foul as he's taking it up the floor.
I mean, you talked about the identity and the culture. One of the things that you're going to probably see out of this Buckeye Valley group is you're going to see some of their younger guys that'll be returning next year just getting in the gym and getting up shots, because shot making completely changes games. You know, you're only down 13. You think about all the possessions where they've had decent looks and just not able to get shots to go. You increase that percentage by 5 or 6%, all of a sudden it completely changes your season. You know, and that's one of the big differences is River Valley can say, all right, we need a basket. We've got 3 guys off the top, you know, without even going down the restaurant. We got 3 guys that could go get us a basket.
And flying to the basket, but out of control. No foul, they'll say. Buckeye Valley takes it up the floor, looking to break this 13-point deficit as they've been on a drought. Once again, out of control on the other side of the floor as it leads to a turnover.
Just that real slight difference between playing hard and playing out of control.
.2:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. River Valley working it around, very aware of the 5-second count, but not aware of the sideline, as they'll say that he stepped on it.
8th turnover of the evening for River Valley. Two minutes to go. Barons need to go quick here. There's that flare screen, quick throw to the post. Down to 11.
And we have a timeout called. Minute 52 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buckeye Valley calling this one. They'll have just 1 remaining. So we enter the tail stretch of the fourth quarter.
Well, at this point, Buckeye Valley down 11. You got to come out of the timeout with some kind of full court pressure. Look for them to go a couple traps, see if they can get a turnover. If not, ball gets into the front court. I would guess that they're going to try to foul immediately. Try to stretch this game out a little bit. They still have 3 fouls to commit before River Valley would shoot the free throws. So take some chances. If you foul, that's okay. Make the official call the foul, even if you basically completely take the guy's hand off. You know, make him blow the whistle. Try to go after that ball.
And they have been, I mean, allowing them to play pretty well. Kudos to the officials. I mean, haven't really had much to say, which is a good thing for officials.
Yeah, I think the officials have done a really good job tonight. They've let them be physical, but if it gets too much, they've called it. And I think the result of that has been a game where there's been a lot of flow tonight. We haven't had a ton of stoppages in play, which is really nice to see, because you go to some games and you feel like every 5 to 7 seconds the whistle's blowing, and it's not fun for anybody.
Yeah. Especially not the commentators. That's one of the few scenarios where you can hear the frustration in my voice. Just play basketball.
Barons press, River Valley breaks it. Good decision by Snyder to bring the ball back out. Senior guard's going to take control here with Snyder and Smith. Run some clock. BV's letting a lot of time run off the clock before they commit the foul.
Minute 35 remaining here in the fourth.
You've got to get the trap and give the foul. It's still only a 4-possession game, and they've let almost 30 seconds run off the clock.
And there's the foul finally called against Myers. This one on the floor, third team foul.
I really thought they were going to press, and then when the ball got in the front court, you know, foul 8 seconds into possession. But again, you lost 30 seconds. You're only down 11. Eli tries to sell that one. Instead, they get the turnover.
Looking up the floor, Mays hands it off. Matheny back to Mays. Got to look to score quickly. Snyder with the top hand, looking up the floor, has a couple of white jerseys, but splits them nicely and scoops it in with the left hand.
Again, Snyder in the passing lane, gets out in transition and goes and finishes on that left side. If he had a little bit more space, thought we were going to get a little highlight dunk.
So now with 11-point deficit, 45 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, and we have a foul. Buckeye Valley not happy about that one, but I think that would have been the eventual result a few seconds later anyway.
Right, and you know what, and that's exactly what you want to do. go for the ball with a hard rake towards the basketball in the hand, make the official call it, and they did.
So 4th team foul for Buckeye Valley. One more will send River Valley to the free throw line for 2 for the remainder of the game. Barring we go to overtime, that is.
Again, precious time, and they're going to give the foul. It'll be McFarland stepping to the line. Stevenson commits the foul, his 3rd.
McFarland shooting foul for River Valley.
So discussion over at the scorers table, but we have 37.6 remaining, and it's McFarland that will go to the line for 2 free throws. He has 2 points on the night already. Number 1 clanks off the back iron. He'll have another try.
Ellis is a guy who's just really grown a lot in the past couple of years, physically and in his game. A little bit smaller as a freshman. Last year, probably grown 3 or 4 inches and has a nice skill set. I think he's going to be a guy next year as, you know, you see Smith and Snyder graduate. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot next year for this River Valley team, putting up a lot of points, I think, with Myers.
Taking it across midcourt, 30 seconds remaining. Trying the 3 ball and knocks it down from the corner.
That was a great drive there by Stevenson. That time he drove it to the basket, a little bit more under control, made the nice extra pass, able to get the corner 3. And again, that's improvement you see even in the course of the game. Earlier, some out of control drives getting to the basket. That time under control, dished it out, got the assist.
So now with 28 seconds remaining and only trailing by 9 points, I mean, that's a much different scenario than if he would have missed that one. I mean, this is now a tight, close game when it looked like River Valley was just going to be able to dribble it out.
Yeah, and again, that's where, you know, you're now in a 3-possession game, and then you go back 3-4 possessions ago, you let 30 to 35 seconds go off the clock, not fouling. All of a sudden you hit a 3 and you're like, oh, we're kind of right back in it. But again, just great effort. So impressed by the Barons' just ability to fight and to battle. Again, that first quarter for River Valley was just so dominant, up 25-4. But the Barons just have stayed with it all night, and all the credit in the world to the Barons and their coaching staff for putting up a fight, and they made River Valley earn this one tonight.
As a chess player, I mean, that's something that we note with really great players is you don't beat them one time. You have to beat them 3, 4, or 5 times throughout a game because they keep coming up with new ways to challenge you, and that's what Buckeye Valley's done tonight.
Give the foul. Now Buckeye Valley gives the foul. Now you got a chance for Myers to go to the line and basically put this one away.
Myers shooting foul for River Valley.
21.4 remaining here in the 4th.
I'm sure Coach Brown's not going to be happy about the way the final score ended up, but the style of game, I think, was good for this River Valley team. You know, with that game Friday night, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. And it was really easy early for them, but they've had to battle through some adversity. You know, now you got a chance. You know, Myers missed the first one. Make a pressure free throw here.
Oh, but he misses both. 20 seconds remaining. 9-point lead for River Valley.
3. And Myers steals it. He's going to throw this one down. And oh, that's intentional.
Yeah, I think that one is going to be an X.
Yeah, that was the you're not going to dunk on me kind of thing. And Hoffner knew it. He's even signaling it was intentional. He knows it.
Discussion from the officials still at midcourt. They'll call in the 3rd. He really had no intention of going for the ball.
And you can see Hoffner, it looked like he was saying to his teammates, I wasn't going to let him dunk it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they saw it on film, some of the highlight dunks that Myers has thrown down. And, you know.
Even as a coach, I'm sure you're okay with hard fouls, but you have to go for the ball.
Yeah, that's where you're like, hey, love the idea. Hard foul, you're not going to dunk on us, but don't push him in the back. Go through his arms. Don't let him get the ball to the rim. But they're not going to call it intentional. Good response there by Myers, too. Could have very easily, turned around and said something and got himself a technical or responded, but he responded the right way. Other than get the free throw line, now you got to make it.
Second try breaks the 3 missed free throw streak. Crossing the 20-point mark is Myers. Now to the top, Gorley gets stripped by Snyder. Snyder looking up the floor. They have numbers 3-on-2. They'll pick it up. Home crowd wants to travel, but instead it'll be Lucas who puts it up at the last second as time expires. So River Valley picking up the victory here, 61-49 over Buckeye Valley. Stay with us for the MVP and the postgame show coming up next.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor.
We usually work on Sundays.
I'll cancel my plans.
Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. How do we get to the cooler? It's too crowded.
When in Philly.
Works every time.
I'm Steve Kroll, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
Were you expecting someone else? Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report. All I want for Christmas is you to watch the Joe Show every Wednesday night. I'm back.
Bryce and Mark Bollinger with the NAMI Ohio postgame show, and River Valley picking up the victory here 61-49 over Buckeye Valley, but it was not without some drama. Buckeye Valley battling back nicely. They were trailing by 21 at the end of the first quarter, working it back to only an 8-point lead at one point, but unable to bring it home. Unfortunate for them, but a tough battle for Buckeye Valley and a great win for River Valley.
Yeah, good win for the Vikings. They were just dominant in the first and third quarters. As you said, they jumped out to that 25-4 lead after the first quarter. But the first quarter and the third quarter, you look at those two quarters, River Valley outscored Buckeye Valley 42-13. And that was just the difference. And we'll get into the stats, but you'll see that a couple areas Buckeye Valley really struggled tonight, and River Valley capitalized, and it led them to their 7th win of the year.
Taking a look at those post-game stats, and for River Valley, they were 21 for 32 on twos. That's a pretty stellar number there. 5 for 16 on threes, only 1 three-pointer made in the second half, 6 attempted, 19 rebounds, 10 turnovers, 14 fouls, and 4 for 8 from the free throw line. For Buckeye Valley, 15 for 29 for twos, 5 for 13 on threes, 18 rebounds, and the culprit here, 23 turnovers on the night, 11 fouls, and 4 for 11 from the free throw line, and just thrown away opportunities. I mean, the game only separated by about 4 possessions. I mean, that really could have been made up in that turnover difference.
Yeah, the turnovers were a big problem all night for Buckeye Valley, and a lot of those were just unforced. They would do something right in a possession. It looked like they were going to get a good look and then just make a bad decision or a bad execution, turned it over. And a lot of times those were live ball turnovers, allowed River Valley to get out in transition. And that's why you see River Valley shoot 21 of 32 from 2, because a lot of those were easy baskets.
And for Buckeye Valley, I mean, 5 for 14 from the three-point line, so a little bit of life there, shooting the ball pretty well, but again, the turnovers. And when they were able to get it inside of 10 feet, it was almost like it was kind of 50-50 whether it was going in. They were able to absorb a lot of contact, especially in the first 3 quarters, and get to the free throw line. But again, the free throw line's only 4 for 11. That 7 points really would have made a big difference in this game.
Right, and at one point there late when they were, I think, down 13, they missed 5 in a row, chance to really cut into that lead. But for Buckeye Valley, I think it's a building block. Again, we talked about the culture of a program, and they continued to play hard all night long. They're getting better. As we said, they started out 0-6. They've bounced back. 3 of their last 5 have been wins, but they've been competitive, and that's what you want to do. You just want to start building that foundation, getting better and better, because these two teams could again see each other in tournament time, because as we said, there's 18 teams in Division 4, and these are 2 of them. Could they match up again for a second consecutive year? Potentially, yes.
Definitely something to look forward to as we wrap up the NAMI Ohio post-game show. Stay with us as we bring you the MVP interview coming up next once players come out of the locker room, and then we'll wrap things up. Stay with us.
This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor.
We usually work on Sundays.
I'll cancel my plans.
Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. How do we get to the cooler? It's too crowded.
When in Philly.
Works every time.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Bryce with the OH.REPORT, and we are here with our Ostrander RØST MVP player of the game, and it's Carter Myers of the River Valley Vikings, who had a game leading 20 points on the night. Carter, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so starting off the game, you had a couple of three-pointers, but also going underneath the basket as well. How do you feel, or how were you feeling out the defense tonight to know which to go with? Was it like something you saw beforehand, or was it just a game-time decision?
I mean, I really just tried to get it going inside out, start getting my buckets in the paint, then work my way out to the three.
And you have a couple of guys on the squad who can also help you out, supplement with the scoring effort as well. What is that like for you as, you know, kind of the primary scorer, but also knowing that you have guys behind you who can pick up when you know, maybe face a mismatch or you really aren't feeling it?
I mean, I feel like if I'm not getting a bucket, I feel like Chase can get one or Eli can even get one. It doesn't really matter. We just got to get the ball in our scorers' hands.
And Buckeye Valley tonight, you had a lead by as many as 21 at the end of the first quarter, but they battled back a couple of times, having to take some timeouts to talk things over. What was that message like that eventually powered you over those challenges?
I mean, Coach really just got us going after he got us going at the start, and then they came back and he just kept us going, kept going on us, and then we just pushed through.
And knowing that you have a tough battle coming up Friday, how are you taking care of yourself in between now, knowing that you only have a day's rest?
I mean, we really just got to get back to work tomorrow. Nothing too crazy. Just get in there, watch film, and get ready.
Anyone you want to shout out tonight?
Just shout out my parents.
Carter Myers, our MVP player of the game, presented by the Ostrander RØST with 20 points on the night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Take one more opportunity to thank our sponsors who support our live and free coverage right here on the OH Report. I'd like to thank NAMI Mid-Ohio, the state's voice on mental illness. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Ostrander RØST, Buckeye Valley's favorite small-town coffee shop with big-town flavor. Spherion Mid-Ohio is proud to support our local athletes. We know the foundations that make employees are woven into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance in each practice and game. Let's get to work. PepsiCo, food, drinks, and smiles. I'm Bryce Coder, your play-by-play commentator and director for the evening. I'd like to thank Sean Williamson as well as Mark Bollinger over on color commentary tonight. Thank you very much for watching at home, and if you are still with us, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great rest of your night.